God doesn't call us to understand everything about him. Think about it. If we understood his love for us, we would have never acted the way that we did. But we are born into sin. We are born separate from God. But Jesus' love and the act that he did on the cross unites us with God that we can be saved. God's ways are higher than our ways. We could never understand him, and he knows that. So he doesn't ask us to understand. He asks us to trust him. So if it's impossible for us to fathom his plans and how he set up the universe, we shouldn't be spending time on trying to figure out how. We should be trying to figure out why. And the why is always love. We cannot lose that fact. Jesus' sacrifice was once for all of us. Now we just have to believe. And out of honoring the name of God, we move forward and we live out a good life. Don't get me wrong. Knowledge is not evil. Learning is good. But wisdom only comes from above. And wisdom says that we are under this new covenant that is written in the Bible, that we would love our God with all of our heart and our neighbors as ourselves. And the beautiful thing is when we just let go of the wheel and let God guide our lives, everything works out better for us and everyone else around us. Whenever we try to take the wheel and force things into people's lives and into our lives, everything just falls apart. And the way that God does things actually gets the results that we desire. You see, God fills that void that was in our heart with himself. So now we don't have to go searching for it in the world. We already have it, and we can make decisions based off what we already have. The most unwise decisions are made by people who are trying to fill that void with something else besides God. I think most of us can relate to that statement who are now following God and believing in him. I don't say these words to condemn others. No, I want all of us to take self-responsibility for our lives in moving forward serving Christ. And at the end of the day, we cannot change anyone else, no matter how much we might want them to or love them. We can only change ourselves and how we think and our perspective. So move forward. You do that by grace, by faith, and by love. These are all actions that we take in honoring God. God is the one who is responsible for where our lives go, but we are responsible in walking in humility, walking in a style of prayer, and of understanding our place in the world, and that is in the family of God. And the speed at which we grow is going to be different from person to person, but the more that we are obedient to Christ, the more God can put more responsibilities in our lives. So we will have a lot on our plate if we just try to be the best that we can be in honoring God. That we don't need to worry about what other people are doing or getting into. And if people reach out to us, we can be ready to share our testimony or talk about Jesus when they're ready. We can be there for other people in a spirit of love. And we also need to love ourselves enough not to put ourselves in danger or in harm's way intentionally. Because the fact is, we live in a dangerous world and evil does exist. So we do need to put up boundaries sometimes to keep ourselves safe. And that comes in with our discernment, and God is going to make sure that he protects us as well. And God says that he has great plans for us. And God says he's going to give us more than we could even imagine. Let's focus on how we can take the next step in faith and what he is asking us to do. And God can use anything. He can use the people that are extra curious about him and want to know these major questions. He can use that to testify to them and to save them. But to fully understand God is way above our intellect and what we can understand. God has amazing plans for your life. So relax in that and trust in him all the days of your life. If this encouraged you, hit the like button, comment amen, and share this to a friend to encourage their day too. Stay blessed, and I'll see you in the next message.